Everything I do, I invite the Spirit of God first. And so today I want to greet the mighty name, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yahweh. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I call him Yahushua, Elohim, Chastity. And so when I'm going to greet the Spirit of God, what I'm going to do, because I'm teaching you the word, I want to teach you how I pray. I always make sure that my head is covered. So I'm going to put this over my head and I'm going to pray for you guys so that you guys will remember the word that I'm going to share with you. Now, let me just say this. You guys know me as Spice. At home, I'm Grace Hamilton.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Daily Scoop, the channel where we break down the biggest stories coming out of Jamaica's entertainment scene, social media, and trending conversation. Today we have several stories that have people talking across the island and even overseas, from serious allegations that have sparked outrage online to a heated debate surrounding Spice's announcement about hosting Bible studies to fresh updates involving Vybz Kartel and his fiancée, plus comments from industry figures about accountability in dancehall. There is a lot to unpack. Always remember that this channel is about discussion. When we cover developing stories or allegations, we don't present them as proven facts unless they have been confirmed. The goal is to look at what is being reported, explore different perspectives, and hear what you think in the comments. If you enjoy balanced discussion and Jamaican entertainment and current events, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Daily Scoop, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Now, let's get into today's story. One of the biggest conversation making the round online involves a confrontation that was captured on video. A woman publicly challenged an adult man over allegation that he had inappropriate conversation with a young teenager. The video spread rapidly across social media because of the seriousness of the accusation and the emotional reaction from the family involved. Situations like these naturally attract a lot of attention because they involve the protection of children, something that most people agree should always be taken seriously. At the same time, it is important to remember that social media often gives us only a small part of a much larger story. A viral clip may capture an emotional moment, but it does not always include every detail or every perspective. Whenever allegations of this nature arise, they should be handled through the proper legal channels so the relevant authorities can investigate and determine the facts. One thing that stands out is how quickly videos like this spread. Within hours, thousands of people may be having formed opinion. Any official investigation have taken place. This raises an important question. As social media become the first courtroom, years ago, many disputes stay within families or communities until the authorities became involved. Today, however, almost everyone carries a smartphone. A single recording can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers within minutes. There are advantages to that. Public exposure can encourage people to come forward and report concerning behavior. That can also bring attention to issues that might otherwise go unnoticed. On the other hand, public opinion can sometimes move faster than varied information. That is why it is also important to allow due process while still taking allegations seriously. Now, let's move over to another story that has been making waves across social media over the past few weeks. Kartel and Sadim silenced the rumors. If you have been following dancehall news, you have probably seen all kinds of rumors circulating about Vybz Kartel and his fiancée Sadim. Every time they don't post together for a while, social media immediately starts speculating. Some people were saying they had broken up, others claim there was trouble in the relationship. And as we all know, once one person starts a rumor online, hundreds of other pages repeat it as if it's already confirmed. But recently, Sidim shared a heartfelt message expressing her appreciation and love for Vybz Kartel, making it clear that from her perspective, their relationship remains strong. Now, whether you are a Kartel fan or not, this situation highlights something we have seen happening over and over again with celebrities. People often assume they know what is happening behind closed doors simply because they don't see constant updates online. The truth is, social media only shows what people choose to share. Not every disagreement means a relationship has ended. Not every period of silence means there is trouble. Sometimes people simply choose to keep certain parts of their lives private. One thing that is interesting about celebrity relationship is that they often face pressure for millions of people who feel invested in them. Imagine trying to build a relationship while thousands of strangers are analyzing every photo, every caption, and every interview. That kind of attention would be challenging for anyone. What do you think? Do you think social media puts too much pressure on celebrity relationship, or do public figures invite that attention because they share so much of their personal lives? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Another thing, guys, Flex reflects on dancehall history. Dancehall has always been built on stories, even major artists as a journey. Before the hit songs, before the awards, before international tours, there were several years of hard work, setbacks, and determination. Recently, veteran entertainer Flex shared memories about the early days surrounding Mavado rise in the music industry. For younger fans who only knows today's success, it is always fascinating to hear people who were there from the beginning. These conversations remind us that success does not happen overnight. Many artists spend years performing at local events, recording songs that never become hits, and building relationships before the public even notice them. One thing I appreciate about hearing stories from veterans is that they help perceive dancehall history. New fans often discover artists through streaming platforms, but they don't always know the struggles that came before the fame. Dancehall has evolved over decades, and every generation has contributed something different. That is why it is important for experienced artists to share their stories while they can. These stories help younger artists understand where the culture came from. They also remind fans that behind every successful career is a long journey filled with sacrifices. Now, I would like to ask you, which dancehall artist has the most inspiring journey in your opinion? Let's have a talk in the comments below. Dancehall artist Spice starts her Bible studies online on Instagram. Few entertainers generate discussion quite like Spice. Whether people agree with her or disagree with her, one thing is certain. She knows how to get people talking. Recently, her announcement about hosting Bible studies created a major discussion online. Some people welcome the idea, others question whether someone who is still active in dancehall should be leading Bible discussions. This debate quickly expanded beyond Spice herself. People people began asking broader questions. Can someone begin sharing their faith before making major lifestyle changes? Should people wait until they feel spiritually ready? Or is everyone free to discuss scripture regardless of where they are in their personal journey? These are questions that people from many different Christian traditions answer differently. Some believe spiritual teaching should be led by people who meet certain religious standards. Others believe that anyone sincerely seeking to learn and encourage others can begin reading and discussing the Bible even if they are still growing in their faith. Regardless of where someone stands, this conversation shows how strongly Jamaicans care about faith. Religion has always played an important role in Jamaican culture. Because of that, whenever a well-known entertainer speaks publicly about Christianity, people naturally have some strong opinions. What do you think? Should public figures be encouraged whenever they express interest in the Bible? Or should they first demonstrate changes in their personal lives before taking on that kind of role? One thing that I find interesting about this discussion is that it has gone far beyond one artist. It has become a conversation about faith, change, and whether people should be judged by where they are today or encouraged for trying to move in a positive direction. Whenever a celebrity starts talking about God, the reaction are usually split into two groups. One group says give them a chance, everyone starts somewhere. The other group says actions speak louder than words. And honestly, both sides raise valid points. Many people believe that faith is a journey. Nobody becomes perfect overnight. Every person who follows a religious path has had to start somewhere. Others believe that if someone wants to publicly teach or lead others spiritually, they should first demonstrate consistency in their own life. These conversations are not unique to Jamaica. We have seen similar debates involving artists, athletes, actors, and other public figures around the world. The bigger question is this: can people change? History tells us that they can. We have seen entertainers change their lifestyle. We have seen athletes overcome difficult paths. We have seen people rebuild their lives after making mistakes. Real transition is possible. At the same time, people also have the right to ask questions. When a public figure makes a major shift, especially when that person's public image has been very different for many years. That is why I think this discussion should remain respectful. Nobody truly knows another person's heart except that individual and God. As observers, we can discuss what is happening without attacking people personally. Now, I want to hear from you again. Do you believe that people deserve time to grow in their faith, or should public figures wait before taking on a leadership role? Accountability in dancehall, guys. One thing I have always appreciate about experienced entertainers is that when they encourage accountability instead of unnecessary conflict, the music industry is competitive. Artists compete, selector competes, producer competes, media personality competes. Competition is a part of entertainment, but there is a difference between healthy competition and actions that create unnecessary division. Recently, conversation across the industry have reminded many people that words and actions have consequences. Whether you are an artist, producer, promoter, influencer, or media personality, your decisions can affect not only your own career but also the reputation of others. The dancehall industry has given Jamaica countless unforgettable moments. It has introduced our culture to audience all over the world. Because of that, many fans hope to see disagreement handled with maturity whenever possible. Nobody expects everyone to agree at all time. Healthy debate is a part of music, but many people believe conflict should eventually lead toward understanding instead of endless division. Another important point is that younger artists are watching. The next generation learns from what today's leaders do. When experienced figures show professionalism, respect, and accountability, it sets an example for those coming behind them. That is why conversations about responsibility matter. Not because people expect perfection, but because influence carries responsibility. What do you think? Should more industry leaders focus on mentoring younger artists, or do you think everyone simply has to find their own way? Today's stories may seem completely different on the surface. We talk about serious allegations, celebrity relationships, dancehall history, faith, and accountability. But if you look closely, they all have one thing in common. Every story reminds us that public figures are still human beings. They make decisions, they face criticism, they deal with pressure. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes they make mistakes, and sometimes they just find themselves at the center of conversations they never expected. As viewers, we also have responsibility. It is easy to react emotionally after seeing one headline or one short video clip, but it is always wise to gather as much information as possible before reaching conclusion, especially when stories are still developing. At the Daily Scoop, our goal is not just to report what is trending. We want to encourage meaningful conversations. We want to hear different viewpoints. And most importantly, we want to build a community where people can respectfully discuss the biggest stories affecting Jamaican entertainment and our culture. Whether you agree with today's topic or not, your opinion matters. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the discussion respectful and productive. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Daily Scoop, and turn on notifications so you never miss another upload. Share this video with a friend who loves dancehall, reggae, and the Jamaican entertainment news. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, and this has been the Daily Scoop. Until next time, take care, stay informed, and I will see you in the next one.